Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So Friday we ended up with another indecision bar. So that's left us with two indecision bars on a range, and you can see the range there, pretty much spot on. Oscillators are grouped to the upside on the daily, which is indicating we could be pretty much overbought, and there is scope for a move to the downside. Right now, I'm not really willing to commit to either side right now, not the way it is now. So the only thing I'd be willing to commit to is short the top and long of the bottom of this range structure at the moment. So there is our range structure. And you can see most of Friday was a range. Oh, sorry, most of the week was a range. So I think that's pretty much what we should see more of today. We've already gapped up, and that's based on some positive news that came out of China over the weekend around coronavirus declining. But yeah, take that with a pinch of salt. So you don't know what is actually happening in that market right now. So if we start drilling down to the lower time frames, you're going to see very limited structure. Okay, we're breaking through the moving averages, the downside to the upside, to the downside, to the upside. We are bouncing off levels at the moment, and that is a range. We started off with a big gap up, moved down, big move up, and now we're moving down. So big up, big down is confusion. Okay, look at the oscillators. Oscillators are grouping to the upside, indicating we should be looking for a level to bounce off the top, which is what's happening right now. So I'm still in favor of longs on the Dow, and I think everybody knows that. But I'm looking for some structure to get into this at the moment. So I'm a buyer rather than a seller. Any selling of the Dow is going to be scalping as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think we're going to see much difference on the 12 minutes here. So I suppose apart from the oscillators starting to line up with an opportunity, I'm of the opinion we wait for the European market. Okay, we do have a half decent trade here of 70 points. That's not too bad, but I think I'd be more interested in getting in off the gap close here. So 29,411 area, getting in off there. There are some smaller gaps to the downside. There's one right there, and there's also one here. So there are a few smaller gaps to the downside. So it is possible to come all the way to the bottom of the range, which would also interest me. That would be an area for me to really get back in long, which would be 29,288. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Looking for some structure, but preferably as low down as possible. If we do break below 29,288 and we hold that on the hour or something, I'm still bullish, but I find it very difficult if it does break through that. It may squirt below like this, or create a pin bar or something, but I really can't see it just flying through unless we get some really negative news coming through. Okay, so at the moment, this to me is the structure at the bottom that I'm looking for. If we do break to this level here, which is pretty much 50% of the range if you look at it, so we do get to 29,411 and we start getting some buyers come in there, that would bode very well for a break of this range to the upside, because that would be a 50% retracement of the range, which holds, and then a move to the upside. Okay, so let's get across to Ichimoku. This is definitely not going to change any view that we have at the moment, but let's just do it quickly. So you can see from the 12 minute, we've broken through the cloud. It is bullish. We're back below Tekinson at the moment. Nothing really to worry about. Oscillators group to the downside, indicating we should start looking for some levels. And there are a few levels coming up. So this is definitely, at the moment, bullish. 12 minutes, extremely bullish. 30 minutes, we're bouncing off the top of the cloud. We've got some deviation between Kijus and Tekinson. Look where the oscillator is at the moment. Twist in the cloud. So we have bullish and span is in price. So lots of mixed signals on the half hour. I want to see a pullback, and what I'm leaning towards is definitely this gap close. May not, it's definitely, well, it could happen during the European session, but it could fall below that in the European session and then come back in the US session. But that's kind of the structure I can see at the moment. And the hour, flat Kijisen, flat Dickinson, flat cloud, we are ranging. We know we're ranging. We have broken the cloud, but the Kijisen and Dickinson haven't crossed over. So you're definitely looking for some kind of a pullback here, and then you're looking for that crossover. So I think be patient on this one. It may take most of the morning. It may take most of the opening session as well. Looking at the 4-hour flat Kijisen, flat Dickinson, it is bullish, but we are definitely ranging. You can see that. And it's something that you need to pay attention to. And you can see this pullback would be right back to Kijisen Dickinson at 29,411. Okay. And to be quite frank, I'm expecting 30,000 to be tagged probably this week. So we're going to probably see a little bit of structure building, and this is what's happening here. This is structure building, nothing else, before push to the upside. Okay, so the daily is the only one that's slightly worrying, and you can see we do have a bit of diversions here. See high, higher, high, high, lower, low, or lower high, not lower low. And we do have this confusion here with these two range bars here forming a bigger range. But the big thing here is the weekly. So you can see we had this positive bar follow through. It's not bigger, it's smaller, which is the way you expect it, and you expect another smaller green bar, then another smaller green bar. That's kind of what you're looking for at the moment. So I'm bullish, fairly bullish at the moment. It's going to take a lot to break through the level that we're at now. So this 29,411 area is going to be a difficult one to break through. As you can see, that was the previous high. So if we just come back to our moving averages here, and it's right by the gap, isn't it? There it is, there, 29,411. So that's the previous high. So that level there is definitely going to be one that is going to be tagged today. I would be surprised if it doesn't get tagged today. So with that level getting tagged again, that's my opportunity to get in. If it fails that and it moves to the downside, then I'm looking further down here. Okay, so I'm looking for longs on this. It's just a question of where we're getting in. Probably look at the European Open and then decide what to do. But definitely looking for longs. Europe may sort of meander a bit like it has been doing most of last week. Then you want to be looking at this market probably around 2 hours before the US market opens, because then it starts to move. And then you can see which areas you can actually get in on the trade. Okay, so anyway, for me today it's long. I just want to see a bit of a pullback or structure form, and then I'm jumping into it. Okay, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.